Guys, Marcellus, get us started. Is Odell's constant whining a problem for the Browns?
All right, let me first defend Odell before I offend the same Odell. But first, let's defend him. We have to acknowledge in situations like this, which are provoked moments. You're facing a team that has their defensive coordinator, Gregg Williams. You're actually provoked to have these comments. Not necessarily every single word, but the conversation goes towards, you know what he's been through. You know who he is. You know what about Bountygate, et cetera. So you're provoked in that moment, and you have to acknowledge that, and we have to know the difference between a comment and a complaint, a comment and whining, because without context, they can look the same. Now, let me offend him. Every time I heard Bountygate going down and people talking about it, I was like, do y'all understand that when someone says go out there and hurt someone, that's redundant to my intentions. It's redundant to my intentions. Not a single play ever did I play football on the defensive side. I didn't try to hurt you. I didn't say injure. I said hurt you. There were moments I wanted to injure you, which means you're out this game, you play next week. But every single play, I'm trying to hurt you. It's a message being sent. I want you to know you felt me on that play. So, Odell, you can't be the gazelle complaining about the lions out there in the jungle. They're roaring. They're trying to eat me.
Yes.
Damn right we are every single time, even if coach says it or he doesn't say it. So know where you are.
Man, we just argued about this.
In the back.
In the back. Me, Marcellus, and Reggie Bush about this.
LeVar, man.
LeVar.
What is going on,
LeVar. You and LeVar. So look, LeVar, man.
So this is what happens. It was a preseason game when it happened by a Gregg Williams coach player. You like, damn, you really gonna hit me like this in a preseason game? If I'm out there, I'm a starter. You out there, you a starter. We on the team.
Yeah.
Why you hit me like this in the preseason? So he looks back on that play, and so now what he's doing is he's just letting the refs in the NFL know, bro, watch him, please.
Don't let them hurt at me, please.
Anything to get an advantage.
Right.
Is it whining? Or is it just, look, the last time I played against this guy's defense, in a preseason game, I got hurt. I'm not trying to get hurt in a regular season game.
Everything that comes out of OBJ's mouth is a complaint, man. Everything. Could he just come out one day and just say, you know what? I can't wait for this competition this week. I'm going to man up and go out here and compete. And I'm gonna
he going to ball. I expect him to have a great game on
I'm not going to make it about Gregg Williams because it's about if his whining is a problem. But just super quickly about Gregg Williams. I played on defenses with Gregg Williams in Washington. And Gregg Williams is a very animated and very, like, if you want to talk potty mouth, I played for two of the most potty mouth dudes ever in the history of the game. Matter of fact, three. Ray Rose.
Oh, Ray Rose. Lord.
And Gregg Williams. I said, and this tells you all you need to know if you know the history of this game. Gregg Williams' mouth is worse than Ray Bob's mouth.
That's
all right?
crazy. That's crazy.
Dale Lindsey is probably 1B.
I played with Dale.
He's 1B to Ray Bob being 1A. And so, anyways, is the whining going to become a problem? It will become an issue in that locker room if this team continues on the trajectory they're on right now. If they're winning, people will tolerate the star of the
whine
team.
about when you're winning.
They'll tolerate.
He'll find a reason.
They'll tolerate it.
It's not received as whining. It's the same exact word.
They'll tolerate it because it's almost like, you know, it's like a fly buzzing in your face versus a yellow jacket, right? If a yellow jacket is in your face, you're going to get that thing out of your face. If it's a fly, you're just going to swat it away like, it's not that big of a deal. If they're winning, it's just a fly deal. Like, it's just OBJ. No,
all this whining just don't work in football. Y'all three married, and all three of y'all are winning. But y'all know there's some complaining going on, too.
Every day.
And y'all winning. So winning don't fix whining. If somebody's a whiner, they going to find a reason to whine.
That's true.
And that's
But we know how to compartmentalize.
Now,
put it
if
where it
he's
belongs.
winning individually within the team concept of them winning,
it works out.
No whining.
Because it becomes,
he has to. Now he's going to have to be winning individually.
Is your wife winning, TJ?
Don't do that.
She's winning.
She better say she's winning.
And she finds reasons to
Oh, you right. You right.
Oh, me too.
You right.
You're right. She ain't the only one. It
But
takes
it's
two to
still-
tango. I be
it's still-
complaining. Don't let none of this fool you. I be in the house tripping.
But it still fits the fabric. It still fits the fabric of your home makeup, That complaining fits. You learn how to communicate through it.
Yeah.
I agree. At home, you expect
But
it.
if you're losing, well, football is your home.
that's our home.
Being
Those
in
are
the Cleveland
brothers.
Browns, those are right. So,
Right.
but if you're losing, not complaining, like if I'm having a bad week and my wife is complaining at me, it's a different approach to it. Like I don't have the patience, I don't have the reserve built up to deal with that complaining. So I have to remove myself from it. So if Odell is doing it and it's a bad week, right? You're looking at it from that perspective, it's going to be a problem. I don't want to hear you complaining if we struggling. I'm fighting for my job.
if you struggling and you complaining,
I don't
bro,
want to
shut
hear you.
You know what happens
I
when
don't
you
care about your
when you hear
watch.
complaints and we struggling?
Yeah.
Team meeting, players only.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't save us,
There you go.
oh, we gonna start
Done.
shooting each other out.
Right, but
That's
if you
what happens.
winning, we good. Oh,
good.
man,
Okay.
OBJ, it's cool,
We
man.
good.
We got your back.
But let's don't act like we all don't have friends or a former friend that's like, oh, I know what I'm getting. Oh, he's gonna be at the club. I know what I'm getting. I'm gonna hear blah blah blah. This is
He
another.
ain't gonna put it in on the tab.
Again, and so there's again.
You know who you are.
I can think of a guy on my college football team. I'm not gonna call his name.
Charles.
But everybody's like, damn, this dude just brings the energy down. He's always whining and complaining. He's this, that. His girl ain't treating him right. It was always something.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, where's the positive energy at?
Good point.
And that's my OBJ.
Because you find yourself catering to that type of personality.
Yeah. 'Cause
you
and
know
that
what you're gonna get.
And that becomes a problem
Within a
if
team.
if we're not winning.
If we're not winning.
If we're winning,
You can complain.
if we're winning,
Man,
we can
winning
contain
masks
that.
a lot of things.
Everything.
It will
We can
mask a lot.
contain you being that way. But
Yeah.
if we're losing and we got to cater to you complaining
Right.
about this, that, and the other, that's a problem.
Okay, but
that's a problem.
LeVar, you're a coach.
Yes.
And players. Adversity is going to hit every
Oh,
team.
I'm dealing with it every week.
Every team.
Yes.
Yes.
And if the leader, the biggest personality on your team, is a whiner, that spreads like poison. If again, because again, all these guys like attention. Everybody likes to some degree, wake up and read something about them in the paper. And if whining is the way to get
But
into the paper,
here's what I'll say to that. In an environment where a leader becomes a complainer, another leader is given the opportunity and the ability to ascend being a leader.
Culture war.
He will lose his step. Odell, if he's a leader in that locker room, he will lose where he's the pedestal that he may be on. He removes himself from that if that's what happens.
Yep.
So somebody else gains. It doesn't spread like poison. What happens is somebody else is anointed. If TJ is our leader and for some reason he isn't leading the way that he's leading, and
Jarvis Landry
Marcellus,
becomes the leader.
there you go. And that's why it doesn't spread like poison.
Yeah.
I think that but he effectively
So that's
he
why-
takes himself out of that conversation. Which
And you
is,
take yourself out of the conversation if you don't produce. And you multiply that when you don't produce and you complain.
Sure.
Because then it has to be in
Now it's
alignment to
worse.
our team goals,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So we ain't gonna just
How
protect.
quick can a narrative change if they go out here and run over the Jets?
You already know how
Very
it goes.
quick.
Very
Well-
And it's just 1 week, one game, and then the narrative will change.
It'll be tough to change the narrative this week because the Jets are so damaged.
And backup quarterback,
Yeah, but that's what
right.
damages the quarterback. It's going to be hard to change it. But you're right. If they win, it'll be like the Bengals that would kid themselves if they could get away with Chad Johnson's antics. And it only bit them in the rear end in postseason. Every time.
they would be more susceptible in New York to Odell being that way than in Cleveland because he hasn't been in Cleveland long enough to have that type of impact.